All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for a new show.
Yes.
Sorry.
Violet Evergarden.
Violet Evergarden, episode 1. Okay, so this is a show that's come highly requested by a lot of our viewers and such.
It has fought bravely in many a poll.
Yes.
Finally won.
Yes, it's kind of a soldier of many second and third place results in polls.
Yep.
The main thing we know about it is that it's a kind of a drama-centric kind of show.
And it's also, of course, very pretty.
And then, of course, it's very gorgeous, yes. So I'm looking forward to some high-quality character animation, sets, backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
Just art in general. And yet I have no idea, like, what the premise is or what the maybe conflict center will be.
So I guess that will be something we'll have to see.
I know there's a girl.
Yeah.
I know there's a girl involved.
Right.
But yeah.
And she looks kind of like Saber.
Oh, that's right. She kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like it'll be fun. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this. All right, guys, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Ooh.
Okay.
Whoa.
This is very pretty.
Yeah. Wait, what? So this is a military set of characters.
Looks like...
Whoa. Wow, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Kyoto Annie.
Uh-huh. Wow.
What are we transitioning into? Ah, that was a flashback.
Looks like.
Oh. Did you hear that?
Uh-huh.
Sounded like it was a mechanical arm. Oh.
I love the sounds.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Oh, this is going to be one of these shows.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. No!
Oh.
Okay.
And she probably worked... Okay, because if she does have a replacement arm, then she probably worked so hard to just write the first parts of that letter.
Oh!
But yeah, Kyoto Annie is drunk on their own power. like...
And this is a very powerful OST, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the music is amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Wow! What?
Wow! Okay.
Violet Evergarden.
Is this the opening?
I think we're probably going to transition into the opening. No? Okay. Somewhere...
Okay.
Oh. Oh, is she like a homunculus or something?
Yeah, some sort of...
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
If this is one of those, like, Golem becoming human, or, robot becoming human, or one of those, I'm going to be so excited.
Yeah. also that means that there's a very high likelihood that she's a kudere type of character, which you're all a fan
well,
of. So
that too. Is she really ready to leave the hospital?
I don't think so. And there's no letter there.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes her look a little out of it. Or not crazy, but...
Is he dead?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's an interesting shot.
Uh-huh.
Not showing us his face as he lies.
And not showing her at all either.
Yeah. Yeah, the little gem.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, her arm. He's like... Interesting.
Okay.
I feel like this is a story about a person being used. You know.
Well, but also potentially acceptance.
Yeah, but also abuse. Because if she's used as a tool, as a weapon, it means that she's probably treated as a thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Is this alternate universe England? Leyden being London? Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Oh boy. So does she not remember?
Ah, gotcha.
And
there we go. God, it's so gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Now, most trusted relatives, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard this story type before.
I mean, it could go one way or the other, you know.
I don't think it's gonna go the good way. Generally, it's... Oh.
I hope it's some part...
Whoa. Oh. Yeah.
Are we gonna get to see the hand?
Yeah.
Whoa. I was just gonna say, I hope they show the actual arms. All the little sounds.
Yeah.
Everything seems good so far, but the real test is once he leaves.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Is she gonna clue in that this is potentially Gilbert's like actual
dying wish kind of thing?
Yeah, like this music isn't inspiring much hope in me.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Oh boy.
So she's not actually going to be staying there.
That seems like an important plot point.
Uh-huh. If she learned, she'd probably be a real good ghostwriter. The golem needs a purpose.
Huh! Huh! He like teleported behind him. She's learning. This music is so lively.
Yeah.
But it's so unique, too. Like... Holy crap. The visuals on...
Uh-huh. He handled that pretty well, though.
Yeah, yeah. She put the gloves back on.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of them.
Whoa! It's so pretty! She was just there all night.
Huh!
She'll be great at this.
Yeah. The character animation has so many subtle things going on.
Oh, it does.
That it's just... It's A plus quality, like, stuff.
Oh.
He's like, wait, what?
The golem wasn't told to stop working.
Right. Oh.
Can she eat?
Or does she need? I believe she does need to. All the sounds.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Oh.
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 Now what could he be talking about?
Yeah. She's like, I don't see what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, this animation.
Oh, wow. This is animation.
Yep, those words.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
What those words mean.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. She doesn't have use of her arms at this point, so she has to... Oh.
Wow. That was definitely a start to a show.
Yeah, it was a very heavy,
yes,
kind of melancholy episode. There was a lot of things in it that seemed to hint at kind of the overall arc of the story.
Right, the themes and all that stuff.
But specifically with Violet, there was a lot of visual storytelling happening.
Yes.
That I feel like would benefit from like a second viewing.
I think so too. Yeah, because we don't know exactly what she is. Like that part, for instance, where she was covered in blood, and I think there was a dead body, and then it showed the Colonel Hodgins guy and some other military people like watching.
Right.
There's a part of me that was thinking like, wait a minute, was that like her being tested on like killing people? Was that something where potentially her entire past was all a simulation? You know? And they were like, oh, okay, maybe she's defective or, you know, or whatever, and she ended up not being sent to the front lines, or the war ended so they didn't need her anymore, or, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about what her perception is of things that we can't trust.
Right.
And a lot of it tends to be in that we know for a fact that she is not exactly human.
Right.
She is some kind of homunculus, kind of false created human or whatever.
She's still organic, it seems,
she
apart
bleeds.
from her arms.
She has a female form.
Right.
But her emotions, her comprehension of data and information is a little bit different.
And as far as we can tell, her body's ability to just do something for a long period of time. Right. You know.
Yeah.
So
Kudere.
Yeah, well,
Kudere.
Yeah.
There's that. Another thing, though, that I couldn't help but shake the feeling was that the way she didn't have any value, any self-value, as that she is a tool.
Gotcha.
Meaning that,
right. She identified with the fact that I am a weapon. I am a thing that does this, and
she is aware. But that also means I think it leaves her kind of ripe open for people to abuse her willingness to just follow orders.
Yes.
And it's the kind of thing in a story where I go, oh no, like please, like have her journey of being human be about kind of going after freedom and just living.
And I feel like they won't necessarily do that. They totally can, but I also feel like this might be the kind of show where there isn't an immediate sense of conflict, like some pressing problem that needs to be vanquished or whatever.
They do have an internal bit of conflict.
Oh, absolutely.
For her dealing with the fact that Gilbert fell in love with her.
You're right. And he's now dead, as it seems. But, no one's told her that.
Well, also, we can't... We can guess that with probability, yes, he is dead. But again, there's this bit of her to where we are not really 100% sure about her past. Right. I do think that for the most part we can trust it.
Yeah, but they could do a switcheroo on us if they wanted to.
If they wanted to. There's a couple of things that they left open. I think what it is also is that they needed to introduce us to this world.
Yep.
They needed to introduce us to the main characters, but the things that were being hinted at are left open for development.
Right. They definitely set this up as a slow burn type show, which, I mean, hey, Kyoto Annie, with how well they're doing with this animation, I am totally fine with that.
Yeah, the sound design, the animation, the visuals, the lighting, compositing, all that stuff. This is some A grade, I don't know if this came out in 2018 or 2017.
I think it was, it sort of covered the split. It started in 2017 and then bled over into 2018, I think.
Because it's only one cour, so it wasn't that long.
Oh, is it just one cour?
Yeah, it's just one cour.
Oh.
So, it's just some high quality production.
Every time, okay, just at the beginning when she would move her hands and you'd hear the shifting pieces and all that stuff. I
immediately knew that it was some form of almost like an automail arm. It's like, wow.
Okay, awesome. But then also whenever she would tug at her clothes or something and
the cloth would have that tension.
Right. Or when she would just be writing the letter, the way the pen would scrape on the paper and all that stuff. It was just and then of course the music too. The music was fantastic. So
this is an aesthetic, just blessing. Like it is just
sensory overload in
right?
all the right ways. Like
right?
it's a sensory overload that does not like broadcast like extravaganza. Like this is going to blow you away.
Except for the music, I do think that the music communicated emotion that I think was supposed to mirror Violet's. Now I'm gonna read a bit too deep into this. But I think that Violet's story will be about what you thought about. It was about becoming human, about what is emotion. And I think what Hodgins pointed at was that she was essentially burning up. And she's like, I don't get it. What do you mean? Yeah. I'm not on fire.
I love how they didn't go for the immediate dialogue response. They just had her sort of look at herself like,
right. You know? Right. Because she's like, I don't like, wait, what? And that bit of her learning and trying to understand emotion is, I would say, probably the part that he says is burning up, is that she's probably going to end up frustrated at some point because she's not able to understand what is going on internally with her. And I'm excited for that, but I feel like that's where a lot of the sadness is going to come from in this story. Because if the past with Gilbert was real and that all happened and stuff, then she's gone through some trauma,
and she's going to probably go through more because she's going to have to actually deal with it. One of the shots that I really liked was showing her on the rooftops, because that has a very human feel to it. You know, the idea of wondering at the expanse of the world in front of you, and
then it shows the stars.
The transcendent element, and of course the stars bleeding past. That was
showing
perfect.
The passage of time.
Showing the passage of time, and the idea that the passage of time from her perspective is very different.
Yes.
And from her perspective, she's just standing there kind of in standby mode.
Right.
But then there's that other contradiction to it too, where it's like, why didn't she go into standby mode just in her room? You know, why did she go up there? It's that thing where like the
gears are turning. You know, I knew what you were gonna say. I was just wait for it. Eventually, he'll say it.
But so that is a great contradiction to set up for a character that was as far as characterization of this character, it was set up very strongly, very nicely,
very well done.
It's hard to do for the mechanical kudere type characters and have it be done well, but they did it fantastic, and they also set up the whole idea of the growth that's going to happen over the course of the show.
Now that's the thing I'm actually not as certain about.
Oh yeah?
Because I think that it's going to be about her understanding, but it's not going to be a development into literally becoming human.
No.
But I'm not meaning even literally in terms of any kind of like physical or emotional side of things. I don't think she's going to be able to. I think that's going to be part of the emotional drama core of this whole thing, is that she's going to have all these experiences that any other regular person would break down from and basically lose their humanity from.
Okay.
And I think what that is that people like Hodgins are going to be looking at her and being like, we need to take care of her, we need to protect her, we need to coddle her and stuff.
Okay.
And she's going to, I think, on the more end, embrace her strength, embrace that part of her that's not human, really.
All right.
And that'll help, I would say, others more so than herself. But I don't know. I think that this will be a story with just based on the music, basically. I feel like the music is one that I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like
the music was very cheery this episode, despite the heavy subject matter.
That's the thing. I feel like the music was, for the most part, cheery, and I felt at other parts that it was more melancholy, more actually like kind of just
parts definitely
bouncing around, and then going into actually some sadder places.
Well,
not even in the sad scenes, like at things with the Evergarden family.
Sure.
There's a very real possibility, guys, that's just Gilbert's parents.
Yep.
Like they're the son that they lost.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yep, definitely good possibility.
There's a very real possibility that Evergarden family could end up blaming Violet for not being able to protect Gilbert.
Possibly.
Like,
yeah.
This reminds me of some older kind of English stories where a person goes to a family to be taken care of, and the family
it goes badly.
The family ends up showing the darker side of humanity.
But I don't think, now that we've seen this episode, I don't think that's going to happen here. There might be moments of that because, again, talking about humanity and all that stuff. But because this setup is for showcasing the strength of Violet and the weakness of Violet, and that she doesn't know how to handle emotions.
It's a good
and that whole contradiction and question of, is she human and will she become more human and all that stuff.
Right.
I love it because it's usually something that's already answered. The very fact that there can be that question means that they already are, while at the same time they can't really get away from the fact that their nature is something that's fundamentally different. So they won't ever be fully human in that sense, but there's already a part of them that is, and then it's the question of how do they explore that, how do they come to terms with that, and foster that side of themselves while realizing that they are different. And because the lady seemed, Mrs. Evergarden seemed rather nice so far, and because it seemed to be something where the conflict was the fact that Violet couldn't match the emotional level, like she could not read on anything. She was like, she just immediately said, I can't be a replacement for your son, and and things like that. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where that's how they will help Violet, because I feel like if they ended up being cruel or something like that, it wouldn't work. Because
what do you mean it wouldn't work?
Because I don't think, well, with like, say, how Violet like picked the dog, and she's like, oh yeah, the Major's older brother said that I was his dog. She said that matter-of-factly with no pain behind that, no anger, no nothing, right? It was just completely flat and even, just factual statement. So if she did have to deal with cruelty at the home, I think she would just handle it like a soldier, basically. She'd be like, cool, I've handled exploding bodies and things like that. This is just, one other problem that I have to sort of overcome, kind of thing. But this will, in a lot of ways, be harder for her.
So you do think she will face some kind of problems on the Evergarden front with regards to...
Not really. The most I would see is if, like, the older brother, say, came to visit, right? If they are the Major's parents, right, Gilbert's parents, then the older brother could come back at some point, and that's where I think the negative stuff would come from. And then that would be after Violet has already grown a bit. That way it can be an actual conflict in that sense. Like, yeah.
That's a good point, actually. The older brother means that if they were to have a picture of their entire family, there would be at least 4 of them, because the older brother was involved. So that means it's probably not Gilbert's immediate family.
Sure. Or if it was, then there's some history that caused there to only be a picture of, the 3 of them.
Or it's just a recent picture.
Sure.
They don't want to have a picture of their dead son, potentially.
Yeah. And that would also... Well, no, because Violet's already seen the older brother, so...
Right.
Or at least we would think so.
But she didn't see the picture.
Right, that's true.
So maybe that'll be a reveal at some point. I do think, though, you're right. It doesn't necessarily have to be a thing where there's a dramatic conflict within the family itself towards Violet. I just feel like this is the kind of story where the conflict is going to be happening towards Violet.
Yes.
Meaning that people will be naturally antagonistic towards her because she's not human. She has robot arms. She's different. She doesn't respond the right way emotionally. She has all these things about her that make her stand out from the crowd. I feel like that's just the nature of like the darker side of humans, is to attack the thing that
we don't like what we don't understand.
That we don't understand, exactly.
So
So
I was really surprised, though, that the kid, that he responded so nonchalantly to oh yeah, I've got adamantite arms, or whatever. Just pull off the glove, and there it is. And
I think he's such a bored existence. That's why he's like, oh, whatever, boss. That like the minute like he's like, this is an interesting girl. She's really cute. Oh my god, I almost saw her breast, and then like. Wait, she has robot arms and all this, and she's a really good worker. I'm just so confused and fascinated that like I have no time to be like, acting weird around her. She's acting weird enough around me.
There was this book I read a while back called The Golem and the Genie, and it was a really good book.
Yeah,
and it's sort of this love story between this golem, that's human but is a golem, right? And then this genie, and the opposites and all that stuff, right? And whenever I see Violet doing something, it just takes me back to that book.
To the golem.
Yeah. And in that book, it was a book, so it didn't have amazing animation and an OST and sound design and all that stuff, but it did amazingly like flowery imagery to paint the picture.
Cool.
So the fact that we get something like this where they're able to properly accentuate the subtleties in something where the creators could very easily stumble into the territory of having not enough expression because it's something where everything would normally be subdued.
Totally.
But the fact that they put so much detail onto the little movements and all that stuff, it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
It's probably going to end up being one of the only flaws in the story is that it's hard to get more character out of a kudere type, homunculus type character.
Yeah.
But they're focused on giving a fully immersive experience with regards to everything surrounding Violet.
Right.
That I don't think that that's going to be a problem for us.
Yeah, because usually with kuderes, you want it to be a very much slow burn development in order for it to really pay off. And that's what they seem to be setting up here. But the fact that they're able to do so much to make the world, interesting and engaging so that just, Violet going about her daily life essentially still has something about it that is compelling.
Yeah.
Way to go. Props to you guys.
And we've already seen a scene of directly contradicts the whole kudere aspect of her crying out to Gilbert, saying that I won't let you die.
Yeah.
Her arms are useless, and she's trying to.
She rips her arm off and tries to grab him with her teeth.
Yeah. And tries to tear his cloak off to try and heal like his wound.
Oh, I thought she was just trying to pick him up with her teeth.
Oh, she was?
And just drag him out of there.
Oh, well, that makes it even better.
But
because then it's her acknowledging that she can't do anything, but if she knows a way that she can help him if she gets him out of here.
Yeah.
But that's oh boy.
Yeah.
I do think though that the Victorian kind of aesthetic, kind of England type thing going on here, I really like that.
Oh yeah.
I do think though that aesthetic is what gives me that little bit of nervousness around the whole orphaned kind of child going off to
totally
live with the rich family and stuff that was connected to a person that died who was the picture of goodness and everything because we can't sully their name because they're dead. So even if they weren't really a good person, it doesn't matter. This main character believed they are, so that's all that matters to us. And now there's going to be probably the contradiction in that, well, not every human being is like Gilbert. That's the thing.
Like back then, people weren't as accepting as they are now. So, Well,
also, this is a fantasy universe.
This is a fantasy universe because she does have robot arms. So, there is that.
Yeah, I love the immersiveness of the world. I mentioned it earlier, but there were a lot of little things that I noted as being probably like little plot points that they're seeding here in the first episode, like the idea that most people can't write. And it's like, that's interesting because in this world, it seems like they're setting it in a World War I, World War II kind of setting, like one of those two. If it was World War I, that'd be really on the nose because that war only lasted 1 year. So there you go. It did look like trench warfare, a la kind of Saga of Tanya the Evil kind of setting when the war was happening. That one scene of her running through the dirt and the mud as soldiers and stuff are going. So there you go. But
and Yeah. Well, and then like, and like the people that can't write, is that because is that because they just are like, they can't write, or does that have something to do with they don't know how to, or does that have something to do, which would be probably very accurate, but could that also have something to do with the fact that a lot of people are back from the war and they're injured or something and they're incapable of writing?
No, I think it was a knowledge based thing when they talked about it, was that this is a country that doesn't have a high literacy rate, but the thing is that the way they talked about it and the way they brought it up seemed like the kind of thing of, oh, that's the reason why our business is doing so well, is because people will need others to write for them. But it's like, wait a minute, she knows how to write. She has something.
Gilbert taught her, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it was one of those things where he kind of perked up at that. Like, Hodgins, he was like, wait a minute, kind of like...
He's like, I might have a new employee.
well, not only a new employee, but it's the kind of thing of where, if you think about, like, you have all these people in this country or whatever, and a majority of them can't write. She, for the most part, was used as a tool. That's what they said, a weapon, a tool. And that's something that's like, you know, a musket or a rifle is a tool.
Right.
A dog is a pet. Like, at the very least, like, you would have some kind of a connection with it. So in my mind, what I'm seeing here potentially is that people were like, she's a good tool. And to some, maybe he was thinking Gilbert's this, it's like, yeah, she was a good pet. Like, she was the hunting dog.
Yeah,
and now I think he's starting to question, like, wait a minute, she can write, like, like, where, like, is there...
Well, and the fact that she told him that Gilbert said, I love you.
Right. You know. Right, and like, she's asking questions about that. It seems like
this unit have a soul.
Right, right. Yeah. It's like he's wondering, wait a minute, like, is she human? Is
right? And I feel like he was constantly trying to treat her as if she was. You know, all the things of like, okay, you know, don't
most part
burn yourself and all that stuff, and try and, you know, actually live life. You know, even though she doesn't really know what that is.
And he's trying to make her forget about her past to, like, try and move on from it and just kind of be like, yeah, that you know, it's sometimes better to just live in bliss, ignorant bliss.
How much of that is because he doesn't want to have to deal with the fact that that Gilbert's gone, you know, he doesn't want to have to tell her, but is there something where there's a potential nefarious motive there? Who knows?
I would say the most nefarious motive right now is that he has a good employee. Yeah. if he doesn't tell her, but I think,
but then she said she wanted to work at the other place, so
I'm worried right now in that what she wants is going to conflict with what other people think or want for her. Basically, it's like, oh, we know what's best for you. We want the best for you. So we are not going to give you the thing that you are actually wanting, because that might lead to your becoming self-aware.
There's a part of me, though, that kind of hopes that happens, not with not with Hodgins necessarily, but as conflict. Because one of the things about golems and these types of characters, where there's an actual physical aspect to them that is not just the kudere personality, but, you know, physically they are, you know, a machine almost.
Right.
Is that try and stop them from doing something they want to do. Now, having them find out what it is they want exactly, sure. But we saw her going around and chucking bodies like on a pitchfork practically. So that's one of those things where the only way that they can manipulate her really would be...
Thank you. Yes, it's manipulation. No one's talking about physically stopping her, Jacob.
Right.
I'm talking about people giving orders that are just not good for her. Sure. I'm talking about people using her. I'm talking about people actually using her as a tool.
And where I see that would probably happen a lot more likely with the characters that have already been established, is where it's like, this is for your own good kind of a thing.
That's what I said,
but where they actually, like, think that. Like, because from what we've seen, I haven't seen anything from Hodgins or you know, Mrs. Evergarden that seems like they're the particularly selfish type. So,
well, already Hodgins is doing it. He's not telling her that Gilbert died.
Yeah.
So he's already doing it. Like, he's already essentially manipulating her based on what he thinks is best for her.
Yep.
So
Right.
regardless of why he's doing it, the point is that he is doing it. So he could do more than that.
Sure, but I would say the why is very important.
Oh, I know the why is very important.
Very important.
The why is very important, but
Yeah.
he is already doing it. So until we find out the why, it's very likely he's going to continue doing it.
Sure.
And we'll find out why he's doing that in the future. But very gorgeous show.
Yes.
Very,
Kyoto like flexing on us, like
very much
look what we can do.
Yeah, very much an example of what an amazing animation studio in the modern times can do with some time and some passion. So.
And probably
well done.
a fair amount of money.
A fair amount of money. Yes,
like I don't even want to think about the way they had to keep the machine well oiled and working in order to make something like this happen.
Yeah. So guys, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. Comes with full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.